Hey PGs, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing the fourth and final part of the Ohana Slime Company review. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it and I hope it hasn't bothered you too much that it's been in parts. If you want to see the unboxing of everything, you'll have to go to part 1. I apologize, but these are the slimes I'll be reviewing in this one. They all come in these clear screw top lid containers with their slime shop logo on the top and the slime name on the side. This shop is closed for the next few months as they move, but I still will link it in the description as I always have, just in case you want to bookmark it. The first slime for this review is Fresh Towels. This is a dense cloud dough that was supposed to be a cloud slime, but it turned out as a cloud dough as I was told, and it is scented like fresh laundry. This slime smells exactly as described, like fresh laundry, very nostalgic and like fresh, and just one of those scents that really calms me down, and that mixed with the color and like that it's like a cloud dough and stuff. It's just a very relaxing and calming slime overall. I say it almost every time I review a cloud dough or anything similar to it. I'm just not a big fan of them, or really anything that's like cloud or cloud dough, or like even cloud creams sometimes I don't like as much. It's just a personal preference. I'm more of somebody that can get like noises out of slime, but I find this one to be really fun to play with and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Squishing this slime is really nice and therapeutic, and you can even get some drizzles out of it even though it's considered a cloud dough, so I would say it's more like an in-between of those two textures. The only thing that I would say is it does leave more snow residue than I'm comfortable with, which can be another reason why I don't like cloud doughs as much. They seem to have more residue to them, but this one I would say is a little more excessive than normal. That's just something that I wanted to touch on. Other than that, I really enjoyed this one though. I think that some of the best textures have been made by accident when you're like trying to make a specific texture and you actually make a different one. Like some of my most favorite slimes that I've created have been accidental because like I don't know how I do them and I can't really ever duplicate them, but they turn out really well. So I think if this one stayed a cloud dough, it would be really nice. And I'm going to give this one 4.8 out of 5 pajamas. The next slime for review is Bring Me Your Sick. This is a coated clear slime that represents pestilence. It is lightly packed with lava rocks, virus phemos, and comes with a plague doctor charm, and it is scented sandalwood and vanilla. So this slime was part of a 4 Horsemen collab that they did with Blue Slimes. So I got these 2 from Ohana Slime Company, and then I got the other 2 from Blue Slimes. Since this is an Ohana Slime Company review, I'm not going to be posting the Blue Slimes ones in this review, but I will be posting them on YouTube in short form and TikTok and Instagram, just so that you guys can see like what the other 2 slimes were like, since they were like part of a bundle. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, to me, this slime smells like sweet smoke, which I guess kind of makes sense. I don't really know, but it does smell good and I really like it. The color shift is gorgeous. It's definitely like a sickly green color, which I think fits the slime perfectly. The lava rocks complement the slime so well, and they're like the perfect ratio. It doesn't hurt the hands too much. It's kind of like an in-between. I would say like maybe occasionally it can hurt, but like that's kind of subjective on if it hurts or not, but I would say it's pretty tame. The phemos look amazing and the charm definitely completes it. This is one of those ones that like everything in it just works so well together, and I find it so satisfying with slimes like that because like it makes me feel complete that the slime looks complete. The slime has a ton of bubble pops, especially when it inflates, and when it does inflate, it turns like a white color, and I always see symbolism in things. I think that's just how my brain like does things. It just like always sees those. So when I see the white, it like to me represents a cleansing, which makes sense with this slime, like with the plague doctor and things like that. I don't know, I just thought that was cool. Anyways, this slime is getting 5 out of 5 pajamas. Next up is Book of Shadows. This is a fluffy wood glue snow butter slime that is scented Old Library, Musky Books, Book Binding Glue, Old Parchment, Earl Grey, Rubiose Tea, Frankincense, Myrrh, Dragon's Blood, Resin Oil, Palo Santo, Orange Essential Oil, Sandalwood, Sage, and Lavender Essential Oil. So this slime is scented like a bunch of different things, so you already know what's coming. So to me, This slime smells like if you like walked into a small bookstore on a rainy autumn day. Like one of those like really creepy kind of old looking bookstores that you are convinced that the worker there is like a witch or something. One of those. Like it has to be a rainy day, it has to be in autumn, and it has to be like a small bookstore. But that's exactly what it smells like. And if you don't get what I'm saying, basically it smells like the scents that I just described, just like all together working to create that kind of image, I guess. The texture is soft and pillowy. It does inflate, and when it does, it gets poofy and sizzly. I will say it does deflate really fast, which is a good thing for some people. Personally, it's a bad thing for me, even though dealing with inflation is like really annoying. When it deflates easily like that, I've noticed that a lot of slimes will like deflate in their container over time and you lose a lot of slime. So like the volume goes down. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's kind of a neutral thing. It just is like a personal preference type of thing, but I just like to mention it, whether it deflates quickly or not, because some people are looking for that stuff and I try to cover all bases. Regardless, the slime is another therapeutic one, very soft, fun to play with, and definitely gets 5 out of 5 pajamas. Next is New School Shoes. This is a marshmallow foam and block bead slime with a thick and glossy base. It comes with high top sneaker Fimos and it is scented New Shoes. I mentioned it in the other parts, so I might as well mention it here just in case. These slimes have been sitting for a while, especially this one because it came from a previous restock. But if you are seeing me reactivate slimes like I am doing here, just ignore it. It's not on the shop or anything. These slimes have just been sitting for a while. Anyways, the slime smells so good. I don't know if I would say it smells exactly like new shoes, more like leather and like a shoe glue or something like that, but it's one of those ones that I think I could sniff all day, every day. It smells so good. I know it's one of those weird scents that not everyone's gonna like, but I adore it. The deep color that this slime has looks gorgeous, and I think that the add-ins really complement each other with the block beads and the marshmallow foam beads. They actually really work well together, which I'm not exactly surprised about. I think it's just one of those things that I haven't tried before, so it was like a new experience for me. There isn't a lot of block beads, I would say, but it is still kind of rough on the hands. Those are probably one of the worst when it comes to like how rough they are on hands, because they're just so like hard and spiky. I like them, and I can usually deal with them because I have tougher hands, but just keep that in mind. With the different sized add-ins comes various different types of bubble pops. So this has like really loud bubble pops and then some like really small ones and stuff, which I always like to hear because it changes up the ASMR and keeps me from getting bored with playing with the slime, so I like that. The only things that I would like to mention is it does leave some slight residue, which can happen, and because of that deep color it does have some slight hand discoloration. And I'm going to give this one 4.8 out of 5 pajamas. This slime is called Withered. This is the other Four Horsemen collab slime that Ohana Slime Company has. This is a coated clear and silica perlite slime that is based on famine. It is scented brown sugar, burning leaves, palo santo, swamp rose, a hint of petrichor, and it comes with a glow in the dark skull charm. To me, this slime smells like burning incense mixed with nature, which I feel like fits really well because that's kind of what it was scented like. I think it smells really good. At first I was gonna say it smells like the store Spencer's because that place just smells like incense all the time, but like it's a little more naturey than that, so I kind of just went with a combination of both. This is another slime that satisfies me because I feel like it's so complete and like it just looks so good, and like all the add-ins are working so well together. I love the perlite and silica mix because it's just like so crunchy and kind of like sizzly at the same time, and then there's like those like almost like amber stones in there, and it doesn't really create like much of a color difference, but it still looks so good. I would say it can be a little rough on the hands. It's not too bad because those silica beads can be like crushed between your fingers, so it's not like they're like super tough or anything, but I would still be cautious because it is more of a packed slime. Like I said, it has sizzles, it has a ton of crunches to it, and I just find everything about this one to be really satisfying. When I can like look at a slime and appreciate how it looks, I feel like my experience gets a lot better, and this one is just so dang pretty. Like, it looks so good, and it definitely reminds me of the word withered because it's got like that withered old look to it. It is slightly tacky and has a slight amount of residue to it, but for a texture like this, that is pretty normal and it's not too bad. So I'm going to give this one 5 out of 5 pajamas. Next is Deku the Halls. This is a green and gold flecked clear slime that is packed with foam beads, festive females, gold lightning glitters, and it is scented fresh Christmas tree. This slime is based on the anime My Hero Academia, which if you've never seen it before, please go check it out. It is my all-time favorite anime. I've watched a decent amount and it is still my favorite. I just love it so much. I'm going to be watching the first new dubbed episode the same day that I upload this, and I'm so excited to watch it. I don't think my heart is like ready, or maybe my brain, I don't know, because I know that there's gonna be some sad parts, but I'm excited. Apologies for going full on weeb on you guys, but I just love anime so much. It's like my entire personality. But anyways, this slime smells exactly as described. It smells like a pine tree, which is just one of those naturey scents that I really like. The light glitter add-in things that I added are adorable, and I think that they fit the slime really well. However, as you can see, they're kind of coming off on my hands, which is such a bummer because like they look so good on the slime. I don't know if maybe adding less would help with that. I honestly don't know, but like I just really wish they would stick because they're so pretty. The slime is colorful and crunchy. It has a lot of light crunches to it because those beads are like really soft, so it has like a softer texture, and it makes the crunches like really light, which I actually like because I find them to be more satisfying than like the loud crunches, which is probably surprising, but I do like the light crunches. They're nice. The bead to slime ratio is perfect, and it has minimal residue, which is really nice for a packed slime like this. I'm going to give this slime 4.9 out of 5 pajamas. And the last slime for this entire ginormous review is Kisaki Ona. This is a thick and jiggly coated clear color shift slime that is scented white tea and sage. This slime is based on a Japanese urban legend, which if you aren't like suspicious or don't really feel bothered by scary things, I would definitely say look it up. It's a really cool legend, and maybe it's just me, but I really like learning about things like that from different cultures and whatnot, and I like creepy things, and this is a creepy thing, so I really like it. And I will say the label on the container is probably one of my all-time favorite labels, like from any slime I've ever gotten. It looks so good. To me, this slime smells like sweet perfume and flowers, which I feel like fits the slime theme pretty well. The texture is definitely on point, exactly as described, which I really like because I really like coated slimes, and like color shift slimes are awesome. And this one in particular, the color shift is just honestly mesmerizing, which I feel like also fits the theme of the slime. Like, it looks so good. I love the colors, and like all the other pigment slimes that I've reviewed from this shop, once it inflates, it does turn gray, which I personally like. It is a coated clear slime, so it's not going to leave really any residue, if at all. I did notice like maybe a few like chunks of slime would come out here and there, but that does happen with thinner slimes, and since this is like a jiggly slime, it is on the thinner side. Speaking of, since it is on the thinner side, it has watery bubble pops to it, which are my favorite. I love the way that they sound. They're so satisfying to me, and like they legit sound like water, and I find that so cool because it's like air, but it's making a water sound, and like I don't know, I just find that really fascinating. This slime was probably one of my most anticipated slimes from this review. I wanted to try it more than most of them because I just loved everything about it, and it just seemed so cool, and it definitely didn't disappoint. I loved this one so much, and it is getting 5 out of 5 pajamas. And with that, that is the end of this part 4 review and the end of the entire giant box of slimes I had to review. I really hope you enjoyed each and every part. I definitely enjoy showing off this shop to you guys. Like I've mentioned before, it's easily one of my favorites. They do such an incredible job with their slimes, and I just love reviewing them so much. As always, if you or someone you know has a slime shop or business that they want reviewed on this channel, my email is always linked in the description. I know advertising is really hard, so I don't charge any fees either. But now I am signing off, and I will see you guys in the next one.